Hello and welcome to the Faces of Africa Pocket Edition, where we dissect and discuss the topics covered in our weekly documentary show, which takes you through the continent's history, cultures, and major issues through exploring great personalities. This week on Faces of Africa podcast, we're taking you to Zambia, a very interesting story on technology in the country, focusing on farmers. With me is Cassandra. She is the CEO of Agri-Predict, that is creating innovative ways for farmers when it comes to technology in Zambia. Cassandra, thank you so much for making time for us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Right. Let's just start off with, talk to us about technology in Zambia. How has it been evolving for the past few years? Has it gotten better?
There's a lot more we can do with technology, so it's very, very exciting. We're talking about agriculture today, but there's a lot more that is seen in other industries in terms of technology.
But specifically, if we were to talk about women in technology, for instance, because you're a woman in a field that is dominated by men, or assume that men know how to operate it better, How was that like for you?
You are very, very correct. It is a very male-dominated space, even in Zambia. And that's where we're coming from. But I'm happy to see that over the years, women have been now present in the room where we're talking about technology, and present where we are creating technology. And there's so many programs now available in Zambia that are tailored for women, not just on the creative side, but also on the end user side. So how can we now create with, the female mind, and how can we tap into that, which we're seeing a lot more benefits now.
That's very nice to hear, especially as a woman on this other side also. Women empowerment, right? Female empowerment any day. Talk to us about...
Correct.
Yeah, talk to us about Agri-Predict. Tell us about it. When did it start? What was the vision behind it?
We are an agri-tech company, and we essentially use technology to assist those in the small-scale farmers and helping them challenge access to vital on-demand agriculture information. You may know a lack of this information has really impacted, what they can produce at the end of a growing season, harm that, and ultimately their lives, not just community level, but it scales up to national level. And so our goal and our mission and vision is to create tools really for improved food security, which can spill over specifically to help livelihoods.
Is there a specific project that you're passionate about? Because we also know our team Faces of Africa was also on the ground with you. Is there something that you'd like to share?
Yes, absolutely. It was, first of all, really, really exciting to have the team on the ground. And I think more exciting for me was to hear the actual reviews from the farmers. So from their perspective, it was really nice to hear. But really what I will share is how we have packaged our services and how that has evolved over the years, because that has truly been led by how the farmers want to see it, what they need to see. We have ensured that we keep them in the development process, which we have found to be very not just helpful but relevant in making sure that we provide a service that is impactful for our farmers. So on our platform right now, we offer 5 services, which is weather, market access, extension services, agro-dealers, and early warning system.
Mm-hmm.
And the importance of this really is, again, I'll just emphasize how this is bundled up. Because in the beginning, we first were offering only disease detection service, which was a result of the fall armyworm that we had experienced the previous year. However, from speaking to farmers along the way and relevant partners on the ground, we had to ensure that it was now approached in sort of an ecosystem way, so that we could tackle various services various challenges, that the farmers have with the platform that we're offering as a whole.
Wow, fantastic. Are there some challenges that you've gone through, even trying to talk to farmers about this particular project and just talk to them about how things have changed also in terms of technology?
That's it's interesting. I get this question a lot, and I think the response surprises people, because we have found that the adoption hasn't been a challenge, which is interesting. We have grown very organically to this point with very little marketing. So the farmers are speaking to each other, and they're the ones telling them about Agri-Predict and dialing our short code. And once you know our short code, you're able to access it using two of the biggest networks here in Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
And what we found is that when we ask them, how did you hear about this? Or what is this? When they find out, or when they realize the benefits of what the platform does for them, they have no challenge with either getting a SIM card that they need to for the network, purchasing smartphones if they want to use the apps. So that has been a nice learning for us, that if we ensure that it really tackles the challenges that they experience on the ground, adoption and technology, or the fear that can a farmer use technology becomes obsolete.
That's interesting. Just to see people warming up to such a thing, it's pretty interesting. Just to wrap up the conversation, basically, you could tell us, you were with the Faces team, and I know there's a documentary coming up. What should we expect in that documentary from your perspective?
Wow. First of all, again, we had so much fun. I'm equally looking forward to what this documentary will look like. But really, I think it's going to unpack insights of what technology in Zambia looks like, down to the actual user, down to a mother, a father, a husband, a wife, a home, down to that level. What does it look like for them to use technology, and how does that change their lives? Right. So that alone, I think, is an interesting story to watch out for.
Right. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I think it's so important to have these important conversations. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.